Your gifts, that's me. Your temperament, that's me. Your personality, that's me. Your strengths, that's me. I made you the way you are because I made you with your calling in mind. So a key, listen to me please, to the blessed life is backside management. The front side brings the light. But if I'm not prepared, if I'm not equipped, then the backside will bring damage. This is the damage that we don't talk about enough. Yeah. We talk about the damage that comes when we're stuck and when we're stalled and when we're plateauing and things aren't moving and things aren't progressing and it doesn't seem like the windows of heaven that are open over our life. I want to tell you there's another type of damage, and there's a damage that can come when the opportunities are coming so fast you can't wrap your head around them. There's a damage that can come when you got so many people around you that are keeping you company, but because you don't know their motives, you still feel lonely. There's some damage that can come when you are greatly used by God. Watch this, because you cannot be greatly used by God and not periodically exploited by people. It can't happen. That's the backside. So in our time together today, your brother, not uncle, your brother wants to use the book of Jonah as a teaching tool to help us get ready for the backside. Let me tell you why we should be excited. Because as soon as you let God fix what needs to be fixed for the backside, he's getting ready to blow your mind with the front side. I don't know who feels me in Transformation Nation, but I just need a few people to give him a prophetic praise for what he's getting ready to do. While you're working on me for the backside, I'm going to praise you for the front side. I'm not where I'm going, but I'm not where I used to be, so I'm going to praise you in the hallway. Listen, when you get better spiritually, everything get better. Spiritual life is not the only important part of your life. It is the most important part of your life because it affects every other part that's important. But you don't get stronger spiritually accidentally. It takes intentionality. You need to get fed, and you got to learn how to understand, how to interpret, how to apply, and how to explain the Bible. The Bible's the blueprint to your best life. And I'm going to tell you, Sunday's not enough to give you the tools that you need to get better with the Bible. I want you to join me in my community called Bible U, where I help you take your understanding, your application, and your explanation of the Bible to another level. Yeah, the text today offers us some insight, because if we don't learn to manage the backside, the damage from the backside might not destroy me, but it can destroy my destiny. Here it is, family. It's in the text. We picked up this story in Jonah chapter 4, but we can't grasp the content in Jonah chapter 4 without getting some context in Jonah chapter 1. And in Jonah chapter 1, we're introduced to Jonah receiving an assignment from God. He should be honored by this assignment. He's not new to this. He's true to this. He's not a novice prophet. He's experienced. He's trusted by God to deliver with surgical precision the prophetic proclamation for the people in Nineveh. God says, you got the personality, you got the temperament. Jonah's probably wondering, why me? And God's probably saying, Jonah, you asking why me? Because you don't know who you are. Jonah, don't you know that I told Jeremiah, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you? Don't miss it. He said, Jeremiah, I formed you. Your parents made you, but I formed you. That the only thing your parents could do was engage in the act to conceive you. And once they engaged in the act to conceive you, they lost all control. Everything from that moment on was up to me. Your gifts, that's me. Your temperament, that's me. Your personality, that's me. Your strengths, that's me. I made you the way you are because I made you with your calling in mind. And Jonah, I know you probably don't want to go to Nineveh because you're agitated by Nineveh. But your agitation is often, Jonah, an indication of your assignment. Did you hear what I just said? I said your agitation is often an indication of your assignment. I call this unique agitation. Why, Darius? Your purpose is always an answer to a problem. But you will be uniquely agitated by the problems you've been called to solve. So both of us can walk in a room, both of us see something wrong, it bother you and did not bother me. And because it doesn't bother me doesn't mean I don't have a standard. It may mean that's not the Goliath I've been called to knock down. Did you hear what I just said? And I don't know who this is for, but when you get a revelation of your real purpose, you start saying stuff to the enemy like, I'm a problem. Yeah, I'm a problem for the problems that you don't want me to solve. I'm a problem for the problems that you want to keep people tied up in. I'm a problem for the problems that you want to use to destroy and to detour and to discourage people. But am I talking to anybody that's sick of not walking in a full revelation of who you actually are? I need some people in the room today that will unashamedly say, I'm a problem. That's why the enemy is after me, because I'm a problem. That's why he won't leave me alone, because I'm a problem. That's why I can't seem to get a break, because I'm a problem. Because he wants me so consumed with my own problems that I can't focus on the problems that he's called me to solve. But you know how to give him a nervous breakdown? You know how to make him agitated? Is that you start solving problems for others when you can't solve problems for yourself. God tells Jonah there's a problem in Nineveh. You've been born to address it. I'm getting ready to introduce you to, Jonah, one of the reasons you were born. I want you to go down to Nineveh and I want you to declare my message. And Jonah, being the anointed, articulate, faith-filled, faithful, fearless leader that he was, goes in the opposite direction. No. The text says, God says, go to Nineveh. And the Bible says, Jonah arises. And text says, first of all, he goes down to Joppa. Everybody say down. Come on, say it better than that. Say down. Yeah, he goes down. Because anytime I'm going in the opposite direction of my assignment, it always leads to down. Text says he goes down and he goes to this port and he pays a fare and gets on this ship heading to Tarshish. So wait a minute. He could have went to Nineveh for free. But he has to pay a fare to go in the wrong direction. Because whenever I'm going in the direction that is opposite the direction of my assignment is expensive. It costs me. It's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me energy. It's going to cost me focus. It's going to cost me joy. He paid a fare to go in the wrong direction. And this is what's interesting. What's interesting is that he's not running from ethics. He's running from an assignment. What's interesting is he's running from a part of what God has called him to do that he believes puts him at risk. I'll explain it later. Here it is. So he gets on this ship. He's headed in the wrong direction. And the text says, while he's on the ship, the Lord sends a great wind. So the wind starts blowing. I'm going to say that again. Because very often, when Jonah's story is told, the first thing people talk about is the whale. But when you read the story, what God sends first was the wind. Somebody say wind. Come on, say it again. Say wind. Yep. He uses natural circumstances to try to get Jonah's attention. He sends the wind before he sends the whale. But Jonah is so intoxicated with his emotions, his discernment is impaired.